Hello everybody, welcome back to Dickie's videos where no war game remains unplayed. Further ado, here we are with Command Modern Air Naval. I'll refer to this game as Command just to speed this up. Remember to click that like and subscribe button, always go up further content. Here we are, this is I've decided to take the plunge and I have a lot of the games and I need to learn it. This is going to be an informative series and a kind of a talk and a discussion. These videos might be between 10 and 20 minutes long if longer. We're going to be going through all the tutorials for me to learn, of course, Command and build up my weaponology, of course, knowledge. I've really been fascinated with this game for many years, but never took the time. And I've got to a point now where actually I want to take some of this naval modern air combat seriously, and this is probably more of a serious playthrough and forward to talk. We're going to go through the tutorial, but also please remember I am using the, of course, command operation database as we go. Check the link below. To be honest with you, it's just looking at remembering aircraft. I'm particularly poor at some, of course, modern aircraft, as I'm a Second World War buff more than anything else. But this is the time I'm doing, giving myself about a year to learn this game. So between now and that, but there we go. And of course, like I said, check the link below to the Steam store and also the database, which of course I'm using to look at some of these planes as well. So we're going to be starting for the tutorials. We're going to look, of course, at the basic manual flight. Like I said, some of the videos might be 10 minutes or 20 minutes long, but of course this is just open discussion, very informative videos rather than a playthrough thing. But we will get to playthroughs in the future. We're looking at maybe some Desert Storm and some other bits and bobs in the future. So we're going to look at hello and welcome to the flight tutorial. This is the first series of tutorials designed to teach the fundamentals of command. Into the following topics we covered: preparing to launch the aircraft, launching an aircraft, flying manually the plane, return to base. And this is, of course, created by the person. Fantastic. Yes, we're just going to look at this. Remember, shift, which is quite interesting. Shift know is quite good because it brings up a log and you can see lots of daft things when it talks about. Of course, we're going to start in Israel today. And I think we start in an airbase. It's been a while since I clicked this. So we'll just go with it as we go. Like I said, I find this game fascinating, but at the same time, just a little bit UI, a bit too. Maybe it's I don't know the specs for this, but I've got quite a good computer. But my specs. So of course, good morning. Today, you will impersonate the commander of the Ramat David Air Base in northern Israel. You will learn this. I think this air base is just south of Bethlehem. I think if my geography is right, it's not far off Bethlehem. You have some F-16s. Which are just America single fighter jets, aren't they? If I remember rightly. Is it a Falcon? You see, I don't know which version of this. Is it the two-seater or it's the? There's a two-seater single plane. We can check it when we go and look at the aircraft. And we've got two Gulfstream Nashorn, which I think are just. I think they're recon. I think it's a recon plane of some description, if I remember. Vaguely, I'm just checking the. It's an Israel Gulf G55 555. Is it 25? I don't know which version. There's a. Yeah, it's a radar. It's a 3D. So it's literally a scout plane. That's literally a scout plane. First of all, press space. So we're just going to go through this. First of all, so your command. First of all, press space. Of course, space unpauses the game. You'll know that. And then you can select the airbase. Press F6 to bring on the airobs window. You can also click this by the aircraft on the right. So what we do is just highlight all here. We can look at the right here to see our aircraft. Or, of course, it just said on the key, it was the F6 key, just to thing. So it says we've got 6 F-16Is. 1, 2, 3. There's 6, and we've got our two Gulfstream thingy planes, which are parked and of course are reserved. I think the fighter jets are ready just to get off. I'm not entirely sure what they're on with, if they're on with anything that's particularly thing. So there we go. Press space, and then it should just let us go, and then of course give us the next commission we can. So there we go, and of course this is all of the assets we have selected, which is in this little base here in the what do you call it? Remember, any pop-ups that pop up here will just pause the game, so it's quite handy that we are it is paused, and it's like I said, I don't know, like I said, if there's a best way to be showing this or anything, but this is the way I quite like it anyway. So now you can see the two F-16s. Long-range air-to-air missile light loadout. 2 have Python short missile ranges. Light 04 layout. Last 2 have HEGM harm anti-radiation missiles. Spice 2000 air-to-ground glide bomb loadout. 4 F6 ready to take off, other being armed. So we'll just have a look at that just for the... we'll just maximise all of these. Yeah, there we go. As we said, we've got to carry on. We've got long range. So we've got a couple with Pythons, as it said. Oh yeah, Python 5s were here, and then we have so loadout, long range air and Python 5 missiles, light 4 lower, 2 have ATGMs. There we go, and the light radiation, anti-radiation thing. So there we go. The airplanes with air-to-air loadouts also have a quick turnaround selected. This means they can complete multiple sorties, I guess the word is, to reduce the readiness between the airplane and the loadout. It takes about 3 hours to get ready, which is here to change. So there is a change time to what we want to do. To change any weapons out. The quick turnaround is selected. You will have to wait 20 minutes for the first sortie. Surge operations, side operations, and quick turnaround doctrine selected. Side doctrine thing. I think it's at the bottom right. We can select the doctrine. Let's just do that for the benefit of here. Oh, there we go. We can change. The surge operations, quick turnaround doctrine can be changed from the side doctrine. However, the scenario designer will often lock these. Let me just check we are looking at. Where is the turnaround? Here we go. Turnaround fighter loadout. And then also we can change the... we were looking for the change. Oh, we can change it to the fighter loadout for the quick turnaround, which is the 20 minutes or the 20 hours. But I think on this it might actually be locked. Okay, so the two G555s instead are in reserve status, as we can see here. So they're in reserve status. You will need to prepare to act as an airborne radar. Select one of them and click Ready Arm, then select a loadout. Conformally aerial early warning only. So Ready Arm. And there we go. And then, of course, it brings it on to the next container where we can actually arm it with whatever we want. So we've got the reserve ability, and we've got the early warning, and, of course, the ready surge ops. Let me just carry this on. So warning, only one is available. The other one, ferry, reserved on maintenance. Then click on ready. In a few hours, the nostrils will be ready to take off. So we could just that. Okay, ready. So that has turned that into what? Where we're looking, early warning. So that's going to take 3 hours to ready up. I guess that's all we have to do there, really. So just like I said, we can look at what things can be. What can be armed with. I don't think it matters. Okay, that's a second. Can we? I bought lunch. We'll just bought that lunch. Does that abort it? That's preferring to launch. Let's just see that timer go down. Is that going to go down from... we turn the timer if we want to. But also, if we look at the F1s, I think we can possibly... If we got anything else, we can do exactly the same thing as we do with the scout missiles. And as long as you know your weaponologists out there with what we're using, Jesus Christ, there is an absolute saute of attack munitions, short range, unlimited. But I suppose retrospectively we don't have to just with that now. But of course we're just going to let that timer run out. Oh, I didn't know if we had to arm both of them. Sorry, I do apologise. I think... Oh, there we go. Next message. So literally, as you can see, the timer has slightly gone down. We just got to whack it up. So when the F-16s have taken off, you can finally control to plot a course, select thing, then escape to continue the route. So what we'll do, we'll just he's about to. Oh God, he's about to launch. No, just I've changed his weapon. So we'll just launch one of the individual F-16. Just slowly down that. Okay, the airplane following a desired path. Now press F2 to change the altitude. Though I cannot see the plane, just... I was going way too fast. So just F2 it. And then of course we can affect I think you can actually on the main menu just change the altitude. So here we could just change it to military. I'm not entirely sure. I'm sure there is just a military decision why we're at cruise. It must be maximum. I suppose retrospectively, the tactical maneuvers in the different things, because loiter seems. What's the altitude for loiter? No, still 36,000 feet. Oh, this is just affecting. This is just affecting thing, but this is affecting. Oh, so the right here is affecting the altitude, so medium altitude, and then we can decide if it's a military cruise speed or anything like that, and then we can just go F2 and then F3 to plot the course wherever we want to do, so we could annoy people and go and fly over Damascus or something like that. And then if you press F2 again, it just that, and then F2 just stops the waypoint. It's that easy with whatever we want to do with the waypoints, and then just press F2 again, it cancels it. Yeah, just I do find command a little bit confusing at first, and then here I think that's all we had to do actually. That was just our mission, and then we can go and fly off, and of course. Of course, we've got all of our... So let's just check that again. What altitude does it say we are at? And of course, we've got Pythons here. And it is quite nice, and you can see all of the... If it's a air-to-ground, range. I just wish... I'm sure there is in command somewhere... there is actually nautical miles here. But I wish there was a more precise number here. I suppose here as well, that it does give us some of the data, as in... elevation of what's coming up and what's around. But what makes me fascinating is with command is, of course, just what weapons, and we can check things ready available and what our fire arcs will be, etc. And of course, it's a different kettle of fish when it comes to ships as well. So we could just fly back again to. Here we go. You can see we're climbing. Yeah, as you can see, we're climbing, and if we just do that again, change our knots down. Let's go to 436. So there we go. Just and I think that's it. So when all weapons have been expanded, or Winchester, or the fuel is low, or bingo, the plane will return to base and press B. So we'll just turn this down because in case it just spazzes out. So we can close everything, press the B key, and I think it's got its wherever it's, I can't remember where its mission is on this right side. Here we go. Status, return to base as ordered, and of course it's assigned. It's assigned base, but there is a function to actually return to base, and of course select if you got the appropriate airfield. A new airfield it can go to, or if you've got anything like Boeings or anything that can refuel it, you can just go, and then we just up speed a little bit. I think we've got plenty of fuel. But remember, of course, the fuel icon on the right side where we're looking here, of course, gives you the total amount of fuel and kg emissions, and of course, I'm assuming that means how much fuel it will take or how long it will get to go to, of course, Ramat David Airfield. So well done. Manually control the plane is easy, but how you control multiple sorties. The next tutorial thing. So Triumph score is 100. I think that was fine. But there we go. Like I said, just going to go through all the scenarios and just learn. I'm probably going to play this scenario again a few times to make sure that I can actually understand some of the more intricate. What's the word? I can't even speak now. Intricate units and stuff. I think you can actually carry on and do stuff. So I'm just gonna let him return to base, and then he was just taxiing around. That's why he turned that distance. But like I said, please check in the link for the command operations database. It's quite interesting with especially if you're not up to date with all of the ships and planes and stuff like that. But like I said, I know lots of you probably are. And there he goes. He's back to base. So there we go. That was the first basic flight manual. If you're interested in it, check the link below to the Steam store, to the game, of course to the database, which I'm going to be using and of course referencing as much as I can. Of course, I've got a few books that I'm trying to pick up on. Okay, folks, thanks for that. That was nice and easy. Really enjoyed it, and like I said, it's something that I really wanted to learn and share as a more informative video than anything else. So like I said, if you think of any hints or tips you want to say, and please post below, and bye bye.